So we're just taking another tour around the Land Rover, and we've got the back virtually all primed now. So we've put a new number plate on, and we've just tried to fill that crease in the back just to make the tail get a little bit straighter. I might have to put a replacement piece on there, but you know, I've just done it like that for now. That seems that the back's looking pretty tidy. That's not too bad. I've not done the top yet at all, so because it's got masking to do. Then wheel arch have been rubbed down. We've taken off the snorkel mount off the top of there, so that's gone now. So we'll fill them holes later on. The top's got to be filled a little bit and then sanded properly. And then I think that's it for around this side. Just walking round, just seeing what I've done here. So I filled a dent in there. They quite often have dents in these Land Rovers, especially on this corner here. You know, that corner quite often has a dent in. Mine had two there that I'd only noticed when I primed the car, so you know, primed it. So fill them in. Then after I'd primed it and filled it, I noticed there was another dent here. So we've put a load of filler on there to sand off. Probably tomorrow if I could sand that off now actually. Yeah, that's hard now, so that's okay. So I could fill that, sand that. And I've got to do that with the doors. Now the doors have these weird wind deflectors on, so the glue's still there on them. So I've got to take this off with a bit of sticky stuff remover and then sand it flat. It's still got some of the glue just up there as well, look. So you can see that's, but those doors are pretty smooth now. I'm quite impressed with them. They're pretty good. Then going on the back again. Now I've not masked these off, you know, I've not masked them. I've just kind of guided the fill around them. I'll sand these down. This is still quite shiny there, where I've not, you know, primed it. So I'll have to mask it and then prime it. But I'm actually painting these now. They can look all right now, black, so I've rubbed them down, and they're not too bad. But because the colour is going to be Atlantic green, and on the Atlantic green Land Rovers, these mudguards, or eyebrows as they're called, these are actually green as well, so I've got to paint them. So plastic prime them and then paint them. I didn't do a very good job of masking that off, so I've got to take a bit of overspray off there, you know, off that light, because those lenses are new. But all in all, she's looking quite tidy. She looks better with the checker plate painted, because the checker plate on these I think looks a bit tacky. I mean, I'm not a fan of this bit here. I'm not a fan of that at all. This bit does add a bit of strength to the sill, so that does add a bit of strength there. So I'm quite impressed with that one. I'm leaving these side steps on because they're all right, really, not too bad. Obviously, it's not painted properly yet. And then now it's good to have checker plate on here because people stand on these wings and they're quite soft because they're only aluminium. And then they stand on the bonnets. This checker plate does actually protect the bonnet, so I'll leave that on there. I'm not a fan of it really. It doesn't look pretty when it's, you know, silver or aluminium-y, but it does protect the bonnet, so I'll leave it on there and just paint it in the the Atlantic. I keep calling it Arctic. It's actually Atlantic silver. So that's the stage so far. I think these mirrors in here are going to be green as well. So I'm going to leave the rubber surround black. And then these go black, and then this bit here goes green. I think I'm going to do that green. Door handles stay black, of course. That rubber's got to be rubbed down a little bit. Bit of thinners on there to take that off, and then I've done the back tailgate. That's looking pretty smooth with the primer on. Filled a couple of holes in there and straightened it up as well. Obviously, I'll put some paint on those bits there, and I've got to put some paint down here on the base, which is going to be called etch primer. Etch primer, because this surface here is actually too shiny to paint straight on, so we've got to etch primer that, and which is that primer there. Look, you can see on that panel there, etch primer to give the paint something to, you know, tack to. So I've got to do that. So I've painted the vertical surfaces. I painted that one that way. Can you see that one and this one? I've painted the vertical surfaces because there was no dirt on there. I wiped them down. But then it's hard, you have to hoover these to get these, you know, free of dust and grime and stuff. So I've got to do that yet. And all in all, I'm quite chuffed with the work so far. It's taken me 2 weeks. The number plate that came was, the holes were in a different place. So the number plate's a different size. It was a bigger number plate before. So I might have to fill them, you know, because I don't want holes in the body. So I might have to fill them and paint on top. Now I've got a number plate. I mean, that number plate's going to get replaced anyway. With one that's screwed on, but I'm sure the holes have been in a different place again, so you know. So that's the Land Rover so far. She's not looking too bad. 90 pickup, 2.5 TDI. Oh, that's another job to do. So I've just noticed this is these holes here. So you get cracks in these quarter lights, I think they're called, or corner, whatever they are. You get cracks in this rubber here. Now Frost are a company that have been going for ages, like 25 years, and they do a filler for this. So I'm gonna get some filler from there, because you don't want to be taking these out really if you can help it, because these are an absolute bugger to get back in. They're not very easy to get back in at all, so I'm gonna leave them in and just fill those rubber bits, because they're quite solid. They're not going to go anywhere. You know, they're quite solid windows. And then I've got to mask this off and spray that black again. Should I do it white or should I do it black? Not sure about that. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. I'm not quite sure about that bit, because it's not, you know, the Atlantic Green Land Rovers, they're not in pickups, they're in, you know, full truck formats or counties. So I'm not sure what to do with that black surround on the back screen. When I've painted it all, I might actually decide what to do with it then. So that's us for now. I'm going to paint the wheels again. I've now decided they're going to go colour coded with the body. I was going to do them white like the roof. So the roof's up there in, I think it's Atlantic white, and I was going to do the wheels Atlantic white, but on the Heritage Land Rovers, the actual body's green, a light green colour, and then the wheels are the green to match the body, and then the roof's white. So I might just copy that, because it seems like a nice colour scheme to do, and at least it's, you know, copying something that's already exists, so it's already been designed by somebody. Somebody's thought about it, and so I might do that. All right, that's me.